All right, everyone. We are back with the next episode of the Raiders Rambles. I am Jolt, chief host of the show, and joining us is none other than my co-host, Avira.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? I hope you're having a fantastic day and/or night.
As always. Next on the show, we've got Noble.
Morning.
And last of all, joining us is Waz.
Today we're unofficially supported by Pickles.
Could make a habit of making Pickle sponsorship, maybe one day. I digress. So, I know we've got another bunch of news to get through, as ever. So, who's ready to see some smoke?
Oh boy.
Well, I can smell it if that means anything.
Well, literally, and more than just that, because just to give you some highlights, though, just to give you a bit of background, what just launches, of course, the next generation of consoles, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. And already they've been met with teething problems. Namely, Xbox is lit.
And when you say lit, you mean literally lit on fire. Unfortunately, there has been quite a tad few videos of the brand new Xbox X Series kind of overheating a little bit and starting to smoke like crazy.
But honestly, how often have you... with modern consoles, at least the last couple of generations, they've had habits of, breaking. The other thing I'd be concerned with this type of smoke, whether or not it's toxic or not, because, geez. That is a bud.
It's burning plastic and silicon, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the Xbox just basically smokes and doesn't give a... You just need some Fug Life glasses and...
That's right.
Well, you got to come up with an internet meme, at least for something.
Yeah, Xbox don't give a flip.
And look at this.
And this is not an isolated incident, by the way. This is many dozens of posts of people reporting this. Yikes. Do you think that they rushed this?
To be honest with you, you may not be wrong. They might. I mean, or maybe the design department might have had, a few teething problems as well, like when it comes to... Or maybe they're just a little bit too ambitious with the spec.
So what the hell would be setting off that amount of smoke without causing fire?
Wasn't it because it's overheating, most likely?
Yes, and that's one of the reasons why, if you look at the top of the console, there's that whole grid of holes. And that's to, kind of filtrate air and, cool it off a little bit. I don't think that's enough, though, because it doesn't seem like there's any built-in fans to actually filter out the heat. It's kind of just there.
Well, looking at the video that I saw where the smoke was bellowing out of it, some serious amount of fire would have to be going on inside for that to actually happen.
Yeah, that's called 15 straight hours of gameplay. That's what'll do it.
I'll do that in one day. I'll beat that in one day.
Yeah, well, hopefully your house doesn't burn down.
I have a modified unit, so. But I don't have one of those. I modified my Xbox 360. I have it on what's called Facebook. It's posted the modifications. Every unit I get, I modify. Otherwise, either getting extra cooling or something.
Sorry, like I've said before, with any console that's come out, like the Xbox, PlayStation, they've always had teething problems.
You're right, and especially in light of this recent live comment, thanks, I ask it soon. It's consoles have been getting flimsy launches as of late. Nintendo Switch as well is no exception. I mean, just remember, let's go back a couple of like a decade ago. Xbox 360, 2005. It had that, the Ring of Death.
Red ring.
Yes, there was that as well. Now, you guys didn't see this image that was on that tweet. I don't think it was on that tweet specifically, but there was an infrared image showing a picture of the Xbox X Series, and it showed exactly where the heat was coming from. And
Can we see that?
no, I don't have it specifically. Oh, well, here we go. Yeah, proven fake. And that's funny too, because Xbox actually, they made their own tweet and they said, "Oh, stop blowing your vape pens into the Xbox and making it look like it's burning." They actually did say that.
That's what
And
I saw.
I'm like, yeah. Oh, you saw that? I'm like, okay.
I saw that.
I get
I
you're
didn't
trying
see
to.
it. I seen it from just a general post that kids are putting vape pens in it. I didn't see
Yeah,
nothing about
No,
the
but like
company.
Xbox official tweeted that, and I'm like, okay, guys, I get you're trying to like cover your tracks and stuff, but it can't be happening with like literally dozens
They had
of people at the
that's pop up
same
the original
time.
tweet in
No.
their own words. Xbox is. We can't believe we have to say this, but please do not blow vape smoke into your Xbox Series X.
Oh, right, yeah, that's it. Sorry, Xbox, I don't think that's what's happening here. Clearly, this is a brand new model that you haven't entirely tested, and you kind of messed up a little bit. It
I mean,
happens. Just own up
there's
to
a
it.
couple of things too, but there's some people that are also complaining that the new machine sounds like a woodpecker, even if it's under like some sort of stress under normal operation.
Sorry, but I have to. I've seen electronic appliances smoke before, and if something's bellowing that amount of smoke out, like it was as a chimney, that takes a lot of something burning. It takes a hell of a lot for something like that to happen. That's why, to me, it looks fake. Now, if it's just a small white stream that's coming up, more realistic. But to have it bellowing out smoke like that, something has to be either melting or degrading at a fast rate with a lot of heat.
Right,
if not
like
a fire.
in one of those videos, right? But there's like a bunch of others that aren't entirely the same. Maybe that one was fake because someone's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go jump on the bandwagon too," but it seems to be a pretty commonly reported case, and this just came out recently. So, I don't know if this is like actually an issue.
Well, I'm assuming in America they can still do returns on products that are faulty out of the box.
We're actually currently not getting returns because of Corona. They won't
Yep.
take any returns at most places.
Ooh.
Even
Whoops.
even if it is a faulty unit, and like obviously there's something wrong with it or something's missing out of the box, it won't you exchange it either.
Yeah, this is why I like to hold off about 6 months before buying anything brand new. Because usually by that point, any problems have, been found. Unless, of course, you're one of those dumb idiots that decide to hold out your brand new gaming console while you're driving by the store and some asshole comes by and nicks it from you. But, yeah, look, how long has the Xbox been out for at the moment, this one?
The Series X,
Yeah,
goodness, it's just been recently launched.
Yeah, I think, like this week?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's always, you're going to come across teething problems with a lot of things. So the best thing to do is just to kick back and wait, and then we can turn around and laugh at people's asses if this is all fake or
Well,
scream
here's
and
the
shout at
thing, though.
Microsoft
Like,
for being dodgy.
if this actually is, real, which it honestly it does seem to be, that there's some overheating problems. Is it fair for Xbox to just be like, "Oh, stop blowing vapes into your thing and make us look bad," or should it actually be their responsibility to like correct the situation?
Well, it's going to bite them in the ass if not.
Yeah, they should probably just get on that. That's just my opinion.
Now, what about shipping at the moment?
I'm not. What do you mean, like overseas?
Well, for warranty claims, how difficult would it be to ship it to a location if a console's damaged?
Oh, I'm not sure.
You'd have to go take that up with your retailer because chances are you definitely.
in the U.S., the retail, the warranty is not even being taken seriously. So if you can't return it, you can't get a warranty return either, unless you can get it shipped right to the company. And then
What about if you?
What?
Sorry, what if you bought it on Amazon?
Well, Amazon is a different story. I think you can get return from Amazon.
Right.
From what I heard, Amazon is actually really good with that. Like, if you say, "Oh, I never received this product," they'll just give you another product. Now, I'm not, advocating for, fraud or anything, but like that's what people do. Like,
Yeah,
they'll
it's
just
one of the reasons I don't send my suits through the mail through fraud.
Yeah, I wouldn't do
Expecting
that.
to doing that. I like to give it in person, or have you pick it up in person.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust Amazon to sell stuff like that. Honestly, like maybe buying for sure, but like selling stuff, I don't know. Because
Alright,
anyone
so
can kind of just abuse the system.
interesting comments here. Ian says, "Forget the Red Ring of Death for having an Xbox 360." Wrong sending that. The new thing is RROD, Red Refrigerator of Death. what the Xbox, the X Series is. It's shaped
More looks like
after.
a wine holder, not a refrigerator.
Well, anything that has like a resemblance of the shape of a chimney of death.
You have to admit, though, it is really ironic how they made it look, and the fact that,
Nah,
well,
but there is something, But the memes, you gotta say, the memes are lit too. Look at this. People have realized they can float ping pong balls on the Series X vent, and it is glorious.
okay, that's definitely got a fan in it then.
Here's the thing, though. I'm not entirely sure if that's real or not. Like, if there really is that amount of heat, is it? It's kind of believable.
Avira,
I don't know. Yeah.
If you've got enough airflow through a small channel, you can actually hover a ping pong ball over it. I've done it myself. It
I
doesn't
know.
have to be hot air.
Yeah, I was at the National Museum of Science in New York, and I saw that they did that with stuff. But I'm wondering if the Xbox could actually do that, like with heat alone. That would be really cool.
Basically,
Kinda
have like this
scary.
little, this little updraft tower.
Yeah. That'd be crazy.
Goodness gracious, though. But regardless of whether it's, we'll just have to wait and see what transpires out of this, though. Would this kind of thing, put you off of buying an Xbox Series X?
I'm already put off of buying it.
Honestly, yes.
I bought an Xbox One, and I'm kind of disappointed with the Xbox One.
Yeah,
well, this is like a new model, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
I still remember, all the.
They're doing the exact same things with the Xbox 10 with the Xbox One. So why would I want to get the same bullshit? I'm actually playing on Xbox One as well.
I mean, to be honest though, with this generation, if I had to pick one, I'd take the Series X.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's something.
I mean, it's new. Like, it does seem like it does offer a lot more new features, but this is very off-putting. It does not look very good for optics. That's for damn sure.
But yeah, again, could be better, could be worse, and
it's true.
But I say could be worse because their rival, the PlayStation 5, is also having its own teething problems as well. It's not on fire, but it's got bricking issues. PlayStation 5 console breaks completely due to storage glitch.
Yeah, glitches. Look at that.
Yeah, and the PlayStation 5 launched at roughly the same time as the X series.
I'm guessing Senta Kaiba would have an issue with that.
Wait, what? Seto Kaiba? What?
I mean, look, it looks like how Seto is dressed, man. The PS5.
Yo.
I can't get
Yeah,
over that
I know
skill.
exactly what you're talking about. But like, I don't know why Seto Kaiba would have a problem with this. I don't see any blue
Reference.
eyes on this thing.
Well, no, he owns a giant tech company.
Yeah, and he does.
So
dress
something
in
that looks
white
like
and
him
black.
that's basically becoming a brick wouldn't look good.
Mm. You know, when it is stood up like vertically, yeah, it kind of does have that vibe. I see it. All right, so let's get into this article here.
So the unthinkable has happened for and suspecting YouTube ACGE, as this PlayStation 5 has unexpectedly broken due to a storage glitch. And yeah, so what? Well, here's his tweet from here's a statement that he's made. At this time my PS5 is 100% dead. I was having the storage rebuild issues. I was reported, but mine escalated to full errors and network issues / boot. Sony and I were working through the troubleshooting when it died completely. So yeah. So there is something that's basically causing the PS5 to just.
Wait, so when it comes to storage issues, is this like a cloud type of situation, or is there an amount of RAM on the PS5 that's not living up to its standards?
That's the thing. It could be one of those things, but let's have a read of another one. No. Like it might even kill your PS5. It might have to just be resettable. But here's the thing, so some people have found that this issue is seemingly caused when the PS5 tells players it needs to quote unquote rebuild its storage. Yeah.
That's odd.
And then the same issue got flagged again. Like Jeff Gersman explained in a tweet that his system crashed and went through an external drive repair sequence that ended with a black screen that could only be fixed by restarting the console. So there is something. So I think there is something. Either it's on the on the programming level or on the that's causing this.
Sounds like it's just a storage medium that's failing.
I mean, they're shifting to solid state drives, right?
No.
Oh, they have done with this. They're using I think they're using their own custom thing, which means getting replacement's going to be a nightmare.
Well, they're using Seagate in the Xbox One.
I think their point with the PlayStation was to make it faster.
Yeah.
So your games will instantly, like with a cartridge.
My next mod for the Xbox One is going to be a red class or a black class Western Digital 4 terabyte solid state.
All right.
It'd be interesting to find out exactly what kind of firmware issues causing this bricking.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe it could be a capacitor problem again.
It could. I think it might. Yeah. Again, I think it's an issue on the programming level, possibly. Let's have a look at it. So, what's causing it? Like Inverse asks. While we don't know the exact technical issue, one game does seem to be the main culprit. Marvel Spider-Man Remastered.
Oh, wait a minute. Wasn't
How
that
is-
released for the PS4 though?
Okay.
Right. So it says Gersman says seems like putting a PS5 into rest mode while Spider-Man Remastered is running crashes the whole system, forcing that repair your external drive process when you start back up.
Now, I honestly haven't read anything about the PS5 or the Xbox 10 yet for a while. Last time I read something about it, they had several different types of RAM running inside it, which I thought was ridiculous because they should just have all high-class RAM in there. Why
Well, it
bottleneck your
depends. Are they
system?
talking about dedicated memory for video
Different-
and separate
different
memory
things.
for CPU?
But
or
why are you bottlenecking the system? What's supposed to be a next-gen system with low-level stuff? It makes no sense to me.
From what I understand, there is a difference between video memory and your standard sort of computing
Yeah.
memory.
DDR5 is usually best for video, but they didn't put DDR4 for standard memory, they put DDR1 and 2, or no, 2 and 3. I think. Oh, it was 3. It was 3, 3 or 3 and 4 for parts of it. But why not put all DDR4 in there instead of just using different kinds? And why
I'd have
not
to
give
look
it
at the
more than it
CPU
needs?
architecture before I could say anything about that. Then
But I haven't looked at it in a while, so I don't know if they changed it yet. And then the PS5 is supposed to have lower specs than the Xbox 10.
I don't think it's much of a RAM issue, the PS5 at the moment. It's definitely, on the coding level. I think they might have made the other modes, a little bit too sophisticated, and they didn't, even program it
Oh,
well enough.
really? I don't know, Joe. Like, I thought it might have been a RAM issue, because like it's trying to render, such high graphics of the game, like it just can't do it at once. Maybe it's because they didn't program, I guess, properly for it, or like they just didn't compensate
Optimize it.
for
So,
it.
hold on.
Yeah, yeah,
Sorry.
exactly. Like they didn't optimize. Like they didn't compensate for it really.
Does it state that it's only those 2 Marvel games that are causing the glitch?
Well,
And
if
the whole
that's the
thing.
case, right. So if that's the case, then yeah, that would be the problem.
So here's the thing. It could either be the console itself with a bug in it, or the game itself may have code that sort of causes it to go, holy shit, and crash. It's like when you read something that doesn't make any sense and just seems completely insane that your brain just goes, what the hell, and shuts down.
It could be the game. It could be, it could just be in the code. It could be that. Like,
that could be.
Yeah, so they've even said how to prevent this issue. Like it says, when playing Marvel Spider-Man Remastered, make sure that you completely exited the game before you put your PS5 into sleep mode. As the PS5 doesn't feature quick resume, the best way to know this issue won't happen to you is just to boot up another game before you put your PS5 into rest mode. So it could be a couple of things. Could be code level. It could be from the game. It could just
Right, and this isn't totally unique just to this one game, to this one console. This has happened quite a few times. Like whenever there's a new console and like someone tries to like remaster a new game, they try to utilize new graphics and they're not entirely sure how to make it compatible. We do see this, with constant glitches and freezing and stuff like that, or just games not even being able to load and or render. Hell, we even saw this with like the PS3. Remember Ratchet and Clank? For Insomniac Games, yeah, they no, sorry, not the PS3, the PS2. When the PS2 came out, they tried to make a new water mechanic, and it was so advanced that the PS2 wasn't able to actually render it properly, and so they had to abandon their new program. Otherwise, the game would have crashed and froze. And that was like back like 10 years ago, maybe like 12 years ago, and it's still, it still happens now. So I don't know if like that's what Spider-Man is doing, or if it's just a prototype, or well, it's not really a prototype. But like, I don't know if like that's what's going on right now.
I guess you're right. Like no console is basically free from like those launch day jitters, as we've clearly found out now.
Right, and after some time, they'll fix up the bugs and all that stuff, and
right. But there's a couple of trends again, like for this console generation, as DX Darker says, for this generation, Grand Theft Auto 5 remastered again, and Skyrim remastered.
Right. Exactly.
Like, I think we've now hit the point, where games are now more and more of the old libraries just being ported over to the next generation, being better and better and better.
That seems to be the case, yeah.
Yeah. And at the moment, there's a question at the moment that people are now asking as well. Den of Geek asks, PS5 versus Xbox Series X. Who is winning so far? It's only very early days, like just a couple of days after launch.
I want to say PS5 is still winning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, what does it matter?
Yeah, that's a good.
Consoles play pretty much the same games. Microsoft and PlayStation at this point have basically gotten into the same bed and cuddling because they're all like making deals behind the curtains now.
I mean, they almost like do seem to have like most of the same hardware. They just do a couple of differences and so on.
Yeah,
But-
that's a good point.
I mean, heck, PS4 and Xbox, PS3 and Xbox 360 were radically different. PS4 and Xbox One basically used kind of like the same AMD chips. Except, the PS4 appeared to be more powerful in some cases.
I'll be honest, I'm really surprised you just can't simply put whatever game you wanted to in whatever console at this point.
Well, so far there does not exist a universal console for everything. If there was such a thing, there would be a crap ton of lawsuits.
Well, no. If the Xbox and the PlayStation basically had the same architecture, and people on the software side decided, well, shit, let's just have a basic bunch of code that can run on both consoles. At which point, it doesn't matter what where you buy the game from, whether it's a PlayStation boxed or Xbox boxed. You just pop it in your console and you're off.
Or they could just say, screw both of them. We'll just call it the Play Box. You could just put whatever game you want into this console, and there you go.
No, I missed what was being said. My neighbor came to my door.
That's all right. That's right. So we're still, at the moment though, it's not really pretty enough to determine who's winning as of PS5 versus Series X. At the moment, both of them are
right.
Yeah, both of them are not releasing their sales figures. They're not focusing on that. So.
And when you say winning, I'm not really sure what that entirely entails.
Right. I know. I don't have the most the most perfect metric as well. I'm going. Some people say sales figures is the defining metric. Maybe that's not the case.
That could be, but when it comes to consumers, it depends on the game. It depends on what they like or whatever.
It depends whether or not someone figures out how to run Linux on the damn thing and then turns around and sets up a server farm like with the PlayStation 3.
Yep. There's also that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I guess at the moment, though, I mean, Xbox is still saying, they've had the largest launch day in Xbox history and so on. But again, doesn't tell us that much, does it?
Not really, considering there's a lot more people who are willing and able to actually buy the consoles now than there were in previous years. So it's not really comparable. Unless you adjusted for inflation of buyers, but that's the whole metric or whatever.
Yeah. You're right though.
But you know what though? Good for them. If that's what they want to say, okay, Xbox, good for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I guess at this point though, so if you are looking for a new console, I guess the best thing I can say to you is, wait and see. Maybe they'll sort out the issues at hand.
Wait until you got some decent games before going out and blowing your money on something you'll probably barely be able to use.
Wait a year. Wait,
I'd say 6 months, but that's a good point, Noble. Absolutely wait until there's games you actually want to play. Don't just buy the console because it's new and wow, it's a great thing. But once you get it, there's 4 games you can play. Come on. Okay, maybe not 4, but you know what I mean. Wait until there's new things coming out. Like I said, 6 months. That should probably be a good estimate of how it's going. Maybe the price will go down by then. Who knows?
Right. I guess so. I guess that is that though. So which camp are you on? You want, Team PlayStation, Team Xbox, or just skew it all and go buy a Nintendo or a PC? Let us know. Your choice is your choice. So just pick pick the thing that makes you happy.
Yeah,
and
guys.
Game on.
Anyone in the comments? What do you think? Xbox or PlayStation? Where are you at? Or neither?
Yeah.
I, for one, am on PlayStation side, honestly.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm on Team Xbox.
Oh.
Me too. I used to be on PS2. Then once PS3 came out, I didn't like the way the controls felt. And then I tried a PS4. I didn't like that either. So I kept the Xbox.
I'm on Team Xbox this generation. Shocker, right? I mean, I'm basically a PlayStation loyalist like for the longest time.
The only
There's
games I
like,
want to play are all on the Nintendo Switch. So
yeah.
That's
Also,
fine.
most of the games I want to play are on Xbox, and there's only a couple of ones that are not cross-platform. Like God of War is the only one I want to play. It's like, what's the point of getting an PlayStation for just one game?
Exactly. That's why you gotta wait until better stuff comes out, or like whatever you want to play comes out. I, for one, really want to try VR. I haven't tried it yet, like ever, but it seems fantastic. I just really want to try it.
I gotta get somebody to help me set up my VR account and
I heard
get me a nice VR avatar.
I heard it's like super expensive, like the whole Ocular Rift set or whatever it's called. Is it Oculus? Ocular?
Yeah,
Whatever.
there's
Well,
Oculus, there's
also you gotta have a system that can handle it. Because
Yeah, I
and you
know.
need to be on Facebook.
Right.
I
yeah,
mean, you might you
There's a whole
depend.
bunch
I
of
mean,
steps.
you probably don't want Oculus if it's because if Facebook's got its grubby hands on it. You might consider HTC Vive or other VR.
I
there's a
don't know,
long
man,
list of
because
mess ups.
a bunch of my friends are on VR and they swear by it. They're like, yeah, we get to go to virtual furry conventions and stuff, and it's really great. And I'm like, I've never even worn a helmet in my life before. Like, is it actually like you're really there? Like, I have no idea what it's like. So I'm like kind of hesitant to actually like invest in it before I really know what I'm
Yeah,
getting into.
Well,
same.
a VR headset, you wanna know what it's like?
Yeah.
It's like wearing a fursuit head.
Okay. Well, all right. I mean, I get that.
My neighbor has one. I could try it out anytime I want. He's got a cheaper one, but it is like you're getting a little like if you put a glass bottle around it, your eyes, and try to look through it, you get that. Do that for a little bit, and you'll get close to what you're gonna feel like.
Yeah, but like, do you actually feel like you're in a different world?
I don't really know. I haven't played enough games to try, but yeah, from what I've heard, you do.
That's crazy.
Also, you got to sometimes you got to sort. We switch between motion blur and non-motion blur, depending on the person.
Huh.
Because some people get really sick by doing that.
Oh yeah, I didn't really consider that. Could you imagine, like, I spend like $500 on some ridiculous setup, and I throw up after like 5 minutes of wearing it? Like, that would suck.
Yeah.
So I guess that does wrap that up. On the next note, though, while we're still on the same topic of games, there's been a developing situation in Montreal, Canada, with Ubisoft having a hostage situation. Well, as of this point in time, it's established as a prank. But
Oh, it was likely a prank, and yet they still had SWAT teams there, and I don't know about it was being a prank.
they had to evacuate the office.
Yeah, the whole swatting thing is really stupid and dangerous.
Oh, extremely. If someone moves the wrong way, they're gonna shoot you dead.
Yep.
Dude, I've seen like YouTubers like on live streams get swatted. It's not a joke. Like they bust down their door with like ARs aimed at them. It's like, what the bonkers? Like they could have died. Anyways, so
Yeah,
this is at Ubisoft. Canadian media reports citing police after they evacuated the building. Oh goodness.
Montreal police found no hostage takers at the offices of Ubisoft. Police spent more than 2 hours securing and clearing the building after a 911 call. While dozens of Montreal police officers were still blocking St. Laurent Boulevard on Friday afternoon and no official explanation was on offer, multiple media sources cited police sources to claim the hours-long siege was a hoax, or a prank that everyone has been evacuated safely.
Now, I'm not entirely sure what they mean by a hoax, because the original article that I read was that there was a hostage situation at this building and that there were people held up in a conference room at gunpoint. So, did someone just call the police and say, this is what's going on there, and then they came? Or did that actually happen, and they're like, oh, it's just a prank, bro? This is,
It is.
it's complicated.
Hmm. Yeah, it is. Like, at the moment, though, what I'm, like, so, yeah, it's just, I don't know what's happened, what's prompted this even, but heck.
Well, it
But
says
at
here,
least they say,
this included,
nobody's injured.
right, well, this included some 50 people who sought refuge on the building's roof and stairwell as tactical police moved in to secure the building. I mean, damn, could you imagine being one of those 50 people, like, huddling in a corner on the frickin' roof, thinking that some gunman is in the building? Yikes. That's not a prank.
Like, and how would you find, where's the escape route? Where's where's so and so? And, like, one gunman
Fire
can
escape?
basically corral, they have all these hostages, like, they corral the entire, the staff, and,
Yeah, man, that's crazy. Well, if this was a prank, which is a dumb prank, I'm just glad that no one got hurt. At least as far as we know. Like, that's what it seems to be.
Yeah.
Damn.
But yeah, this
Look
was
at
pretty.
look at all this-
This was it. This was happening at their offices when just a couple hours ago. Yeah.
I bet all these people are like calling their families, telling them that they love them, and probably saying goodbye. Like, they don't know what the heck is gonna happen. Dude, that's traumatic. Oof.
I really hope they catch whoever did this, because
Well, if it was a prank, so far that's what the developing story seems to be alluding to. Or there could have actually been a gunman there. Maybe he left and they didn't catch him. Who knows?
the other thing is it may be well, if it is a prank, it could be an upset fan. Which
Actually, there is that can be a bit more plausible. I'll show you what. Here's from the article. Because Ubisoft has just been in some hot water as of very recently with their latest release, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Ubisoft has faced online backlash in the past week over ableist language, quote unquote, in Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Oh no! Wait, Joel, didn't we talk about this a few weeks ago?
I don't.
About Ubisoft? I thought we discussed this.
No, we didn't. No.
Yeah, at Assassin's Creed. Wasn't this one with the wheelchair?
Maybe it was, but
I thought it was
like for the genre of maybe we did. Can't fully remember.
I don't know, but wow. So someone.
I remember talking about the wheelchair.
This might be an upset fan that did this, or a former fan. Oh my!
And they
Lord.
decided, to do this to call up the swatting, and
that's really low. Like, how crazy do you have to be to do something like this?
Vera, in Japan, there was a guy suggesting that game developers should wash their necks.
Why?
To refer to decapitating them because a fan is pissed off with a game. So don't question gamers' logic when it comes to them getting upset about a game.
Okay, that's a fair point. Wow, yikes.
At least that's not Japan, but still, I mean, gamers do get pretty irate about things, and they literally just completely go off their rails.
I would never do something that bonkers. You kidding me? Holy Lord. That's a different level. Yeah, I agree, Jarkus. Yeah. Totally.
It's a very low blow.
Yeah, Darkus said swatting is a low blow. Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, you can say all the jokes about Ubisoft that all you want as well. Like Ice Christine says, "Are you sure that I'm just being forced to make the next Tom Clancy game?"
Oh man.
I mean, dude, Ubisoft owns a lot of intellectual properties. Just can't probably not. It doesn't have to be Tom Clancy. They could probably just be forced to make another Assassin's Creed game after Valhalla. And so on and so on, and Far Cry 6.
Honestly, I'd like to see people, when they've come across something they don't like, questioning about who made this decision, instead of going off and start shouting at people and making death threats towards voice actors.
Or if, like, let's say the developers have like a Q&A section, they could, email them and address their concerns or questions or audience feedback, like a civil, normal person should probably do.
I would suggest Twitter for that, but nope.
Well, if it's like the corporate Twitter specifically that says, hey, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns or feedback, about our games, just let us know. Okay, that's how you get, audience opinions, right? Like that's okay. That's civil.
Yeah, but the other person has to act civil as well. That's the problem. Or the person making the comment.
Yeah. I mean, comments are one thing, but calling, the FBI or the police on someone and pretending there's a hostage situation at a building is a completely different level of craziness.
No, at that point you need to be dragged out of your house kicking and screaming, getting the butt of a rifle in your face.
Yep.
Yeah, don't worry. Ubisoft will be fine. They'll pick back up. They'll get back to work, and then they'll get back to doing the
next
stuff again, making more games.
Yeah.
Piece of crap game that's going to piss everyone off.
I don't know, man. Ubisoft can't seem to please everybody though. People get pissed off at their game for always something.
Oh yeah.
You're ableist. What? Shut up.
Yeah,
So silly.
I mean, I know the Assassin's Creed Valhalla thing has just been a bit more polarizing too. It's just Anyway, I guess on a side note though, that's just that.
Sorry, if it wasn't 2020, I think people were kind of starting to completely lose the plot. But
2020 is just gone. Anything goes nowadays. It doesn't matter.
one more month, and it's done.
I know, right? Thank God.
You're not done until December finish says goodbye. Yeah.
All right, here, cue the Green Day song.
Oh, wake me up when September ends.
Too bad September has ended. You're alive. You're awake now. September is done. December
I
has
don't
to
wanna
end.
be. I don't wanna.
Nope, we have to wait until January 1, 2021.
I don't wanna.
Well, we survived this far.
Yeah.
But I died a long time ago.
Yeah, I know. You're like a zombie.
Yeah.
And I'm candy corn. I never expire. I never die ever. So I'm fine.
All right. So we have one more item on the show, and this one it's about an old movie that's been out for ages, but has now just become another debate of interest. Chicken Little was supposed to be a girl, but Disney boss said no way. Who remembers that movie, by the way? It came out in 2005.
It
Oh,
was
I do.
terribly animated. It was The Boy Who Cried Wolf, and I regretted watching it. Wait, didn't they have a sequel to it as well?
No, I don't think there was a sequel. But might I say, I actually do like this movie because I like the concept of it. The whole idea of like the hexapod, like plates that cover the sky. I thought that was really cool. And I'm like, Chicken Little. Also, he is a boy because the dad constantly calls him son. All right, let's get real. He's not supposed to be a girl. Chicken Little is a boy.
Right. But here's the thing. You're right. This iteration, the finished product, Chicken Little, is a boy. But during development, though, it was a different story behind the scenes.
I mean, I guess, but why is this an article though?
Yeah, I mean, now this is like becoming a trend. Like, you're right. The opening statement of this article: these days, Hollywood is scrambling to push out female-led movies, even occasionally going to the extent of gender-bending iconic roles from male to female. And I guess in the old days, in 2005, this wasn't the case. And and the director Mark Dindal originally wanted to make the character female.
And
He
this is a
says, I
problem
have two
now.
daughters, so I immediately went to a father-daughter story. The initial draft, the initial one, she was a very nervous, anxious little kid who was prone to panic attacks and overreacting. It was naked by her mind. It was the sky, and it caused this big catastrophe in town.
Right, so Chicken Little wanted to make her dad proud, so she signed herself up for summer camp to build confidence. When she went there, she really... she went there... Oh, the really friendly sheep counselors had been abducted, and wolves in sheep's clothing... Oh, okay, I see what they did there. Had taken over with the very silly idea to plump the kids up to cook them at the end for a big wolf feast. Holy crap. Alright, okay.
That is
I don't see how making him or her a guy or a girl actually matters at all. It really doesn't.
It's got to be, the characters have to be well written. The story does have to be well written. The writers have to do his job. The director has to do his job. And
it's just a crazy ignorant kid. Well, actually, not ignorant kid. More like ignorant parents. And the kid is just, oh, the sky is falling. Aliens are here. Oh my god. But it doesn't matter if it's a guy or a girl or not. Like, who cares? It's just some goofy
the thing
character.
was, like, the director literally wanted to draw from his life experience and family experience. He has two daughters, so he stuck with what he knew. Make the story related to that. His two daughters, his daughter.
Right. Well, that's the director, but the writer is the guy who wrote the script, though. So the director just, makes sure that the script is choreographed correctly. He doesn't actually rewrite things, at least not for the most part.
But so that went along, that came by, and then former chairman and CEO of Disney, Michael Eisner, stepped in and said, "I don't want it to be a girl. I want it to be a boy." And
okay.
And
I'm pretty sure this is an older story too. Like Chicken Little, it's not just the movie. Like this is like a book, like a story. Like it's also a guy too.
Yeah, but I think what ultimately this boiled down to was market research, and they said, I remember being told girls will go see a movie with a boy protagonist, but boys won't see a movie with a girl protagonist. That was that at the time, like in 2005.
Yeah, I don't really know about that research. I mean, maybe.
I mean, here's the thing. Even kid me did, like teenage me did watch some some cartoons and TV shows with girl protagonists. I mean, I remember, I watched Totally Spies. I watched some other stuff. I watched Winx Club. I watched, all that jazz. I watched Card Captor.
Dude, when I was a kid, I used to love Powerpuff Girls. That was awesome. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I watched Powerpuff Girls too.
Hell yeah. I don't care. Like, they're badass, Mojo Jojo.
What is Mojo Jojo?
Oh, he's.
Oh my god, no.
Never mind. Whatever. Anyways, yeah. So I didn't really care what character it was. Like, I'm whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched my fair share of of TV shows and cartoons with girls as the main characters.
Yeah, like Sailor Moon. I love Sailor Moon.
That's right. I watched that too.
Heck yeah.
Who is Sailor Moon?
You don't know who Sailor Moon is? Oh my! You're not a '90s kid, are you?
You didn't catch what I said.
All right. Well, I'm not gonna get into it, but she's just a.
I said Mini Moon.
Oh, what? Mini Moon?
Mini Moon.
Okay.
Uh,
I don't know about that one, but
It was later in the franchise. It was more like something to do with Sailor Galactica, I think. My sister was really into it.
yeah, I have
Holy
every
crap,
one
the
of those
amount that
shows
shit's out on.
you mentioned, except for Powerpuff Girls. I have them all.
Anyways, so what? Getting back to Chicken Little here, what does this 2005 movie have to do with what's going on right now? Are they going to like retroactively like remake the movie, or like what are they? Why? Why are they talking about this?
They're gonna do a live action one.
No, stop it! Stop those lies!
Oh no.
They're just
oh no! Please don't do a live action Chicken Little.
they're just trying to figure out the top box hits, and they're gonna try and find out how they can mess them up worse to do a live action version, and then sell them all like they were special, and sell them as much as they can, like Mulan, $30 on DVD, digital download, and see what they
Oh
can get
no.
out of it. And then they're also gonna throw in BLM with it
Oh,
because
so
they gotta have a black Mulan.
Oh God, no! That would enrage the Chinese.
Oh
Oh,
no. Oh
yeah, and
no.
yeah, they're already pissed off for who's doing it right now. But
yeah, they're not very happy with Mulan currently, anyway.
I'd rather not. I'd rather piss off the blacks than piss off the Chinese.
So hold on, just a sec. What exactly do they mean by live action Chicken Little?
What do you think? I don't know about I don't think that's on the cards at the moment. I've heard
I just
news on
made that
one,
up just so you know.
No. Hold on. Live action Chicken Little would either be furries or actual animals.
Well, it
Oh,
might be like
okay.
a Lion King situation where they try to make them look realistic, but it kind of just looks uncanny.
Yeah, imagine
Yeah,
a
remember
little
Simba's
baby chick.
monotone expression?
Something like that, yeah.
You can imagine a baby
Just
chick
imagine
trying to
that,
fly
they
with a bottle
transposed
of soda.
they transposed the chicken and just made it talk. A live action,
Ugh.
an actual live chicken.
They tried to do that with what was it? Charlotte's Web. Did you see that movie?
Which
Yeah,
they-
I got that one.
They
I
had
got
like
I got both of them.
yeah, they had like the actual animals, but like they filmed them, but they made like their voice, like their mouths move as they
And the
spoke.
sad part-
It looked really freaking weird.
The sad part is they had to shorten it for some reason, and that messed
Oh
it
yeah.
up. And if when you take away from the original story and add in different things, you fuck it all up. And same thing with the Lion King. They added a bunch of things in, and they took a bunch of good things out.
Dude, they didn't have expressions. They just looked like animals. Like it wasn't live action. It was all CGI. Like what are you talking about?
Animals have expressions. Those weren't
Yeah.
animals in Lion King.
No, I know, but like, no, it just wasn't. It wasn't right. And with Chicken Little, I don't know what the hell they're trying to do here. Make her a girl, sure, go for it, but no one's gonna care. The movie flopped anyway.
I can't wait till they try to redo Song of the South.
Oh, they're not gonna do that. No, they aren't.
Well, they're shooting themselves in the foot anyway with every other franchise.
Oh God.
No, they've been doing live remakes for a while now, since the 90s. 101 Dalmatians.
Yeah, but that wasn't terrible though, because it wasn't like.
Are you sure?
Compared to what we have now, yeah. At least when you come to like finances, like how much it flopped, yeah.
I just have no faith in Disney after the Lion King though.
Oh, I have no faith in Disney anymore. They ruined Lion King.
They stole it from Kimba,
Oh, I know.
and they
Let's
claimed
just
it to
wait
be
to
all
see
known.
how. Let's just wait to see what they do with Chicken Little, because if this is just a person who originally came up with this getting a bit antsy, because
I don't know why. Again, I don't know why this thing was brought back into the spotlight.
Yeah, it's been 15 years since this movie even came
And
out.
I think Disney has much more interesting properties to either remake or return into live action. Like they
Well, the
haven't
other
even
thing is-
backported all of the the 90s
They've
movies and
also-
so on, like the 80s movies and so on into live action and stuff.
they've also
Yeah,
bought a
what's
ton
like-
of properties recently.
we're gonna see Oliver and Company, or the
Oh, no.
reverse of Alien. So we're gonna have a cartoon version of Alien.
What, like Dot's pet?
And then we're gonna have a cartoon version of Anastasia, which wasn't theirs
Oh,
originally.
Anastasia was really
Oh,
good.
not a cartoon version, a live action version.
Yeah.
It's they actually just take anything with witches and spellcasters, and anything with princesses to manipulate the girl population, primarily.
Wait, hold on a minute. What about Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs? Have they done a real live action of that yet?
Did they do that?
They did.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
They kind of.
I mean, I know they've done like
in a way they did. Is that isn't that the one where the witch turns into
An old
A
lady
dragon?
with the apple? No,
Yeah, she
that's Fantasia. That's Fantasia.
no, it's not. Fantasia
Yeah, it is.
is something else. The what is how does Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs end? Didn't she eat an apple?
Yeah, that's how she fell asleep to begin with.
And she gets it from a witch.
And then there's another one in Fantasia where she gets pricked by a spindle on a spinning wheel.
But that's from Snow White or
No, that's not Snow White.
Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah, Sleeping Beauty. Yeah, exactly.
They have.
Oh wait, isn't that still Fantasia? Doesn't she still turn into a dragon?
Cinderella? They have 3 versions of it on cartoon and 1 live action one.
Now I'm getting all confused. Fuck, I don't know.
Well, I'm a movie buff. I have in the thousands of movies. It's one of my things.
There's too many princesses to keep track of.
Well, that's
Yeah,
what I
it's
say.
just Disney. It's just Disney's like bread and butter for the formula of success.
They're taking everything they can take, and they're doing it. They actually own what you call it, Nickelodeon now.
Wait, Disney owns Nickelodeon? No, they don't.
Oh no.
Yeah, they do.
If they
They
do,
just-
then that
they're
would just
just-
make things a lot worse, and that
they're
explains
hiding
why
it.
Nickelodeon.
They're hiding
I know
it
they
though.
own Fox.
They're hiding it. They have a monopoly. If they knew they had a monopoly, it's illegal. So they can't do that. They got to make it look like they don't have a monopoly.
Well, that doesn't make sense because there's the Disney Channel, and then there's Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network. Those are 3 different.
Okay, why does it make
Things.
sense then there's Disney shows on Nickelodeon then? Does it make sense for that?
Okay,
I
just
didn't know
hold
there
up.
were.
Let's not go through conspiracy theories at the moment when it comes to TV monopolies, because that's going to be a rabbit hole we probably will never dig ourselves out of.
It's
Yeah,
it's
I
very,
wasn't sure
it's
about
very
that.
much also an American thing. Like we know that the ownership of media companies is really consolidated, but still. Anyway, but I guess that is that though. So
Wow.
yeah, it's been I guess this is what it is though. This is what we have for the week. So I guess it's
Yeah.
let's wrap up. We'd like to start with a closing statement.
This episode was sponsored by Big Mac.
If that is an actual Big Mac box that you can get from Macca's. Oh my goodness.
I'm a Big Mac. I want the 2-for-1 special.
Okay.
Wow, I don't know, man. Like it's like you've had that meal hold up for an after show treat. Yes, I finished the episode. I can treat myself to a Big Mac.
Well, I didn't want to go downstairs and heat it up.
I don't blame you. It's fine.
I already ate one,
Yeah.
so I gotta eat the other one.
Yeah.
All right. So, Noble.
Put your phone on night mode and go for a walk in a forest somewhere to try to clear your head. I mean, holy hell, everyone's gonna need to do that at some point.
I have a nice park where people get killed in all the time. That's a good place to go.
You showed us, like yeah. But I guess the going out for a walk will do your world of wonders. All right, Avira.
The sky is falling! The sky is falling! I swear! Yeah, just kidding. This is a super awesome show, guys. I hope to see you all next week.
Absolutely. As always, thanks for those who stuck by us and listen. And I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did making it. As always, our episodes are all available on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, BitChute, and more platforms further down the line. This is us signing off for the week. Farewell, and until next time.
Bye.
Good night.